Hello guys, this is Antoine, and this is a video I'm making for my November pickups. It doesn't have anything to do with Blam, but I thought this was a way to start the video. I haven't bought that many manga since I made my collection video, so I hope it's not too redundant for people who've watched that video already. So first thing I got this month is Children of the Sea by Daisuke Igarashi. Lovely series. I got this not as a recommendation, but I was snooping around on Chulete's Mal manga list, and I thought this looked interesting, and I went and read the scans. This is actually the part where I decided I liked this enough to buy it. It's very immersive. Like, you can hear all the sounds from the school, the cicadas, the footsteps in the corridor, the baseball bats. It's very ambient. I really like this kind of storytelling. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first volume, and I went and bought the rest of it. So volume 2 I had to get in English because it's a bit hard to find in French. But yeah, this is the whole series. It's only 5 volumes. It's pretty fast read, except that it does get a bit wordy at points, which is not my favorite thing, but yeah, I don't really like words that much. But really good series nonetheless. Then we have Little Forest. This reads half like a cookbook and half like a slice of life series. I was more interested in the slice of life, of course, but yeah, actually it was quite relaxing to read about all these recipes and the ingredients and everything. Very peaceful read. I really like this. And then we have Witches 1 and 2. These are short stories, and Hanashi Panashi 1 and 2 as well. Also short stories, and these 4 I haven't read yet. But yeah, I definitely advise you check out Igarashi Daisuke. A really good mangaka in my opinion, very good artist, and his stories are really interesting as well. So next thing I got in November was this. It's a manhwa, Korean comic. It's called The Generous Bandit. This is volume 1, of course, and this is volume 2, 3, 4. They are very heavy, very thick volumes. Each is about 600 pages, I think. Yeah, it's even a bit over 600 pages. So I think in total that must be about 7,000 pages. And as you can tell from the gorgeous covers, the art is incredible. It's not exactly my type of story. It's very straightforward storytelling, but the art is absolutely unbelievable. Very rarely do I see art that is so powerful, and I mean, the guy is a genius with his pen. For me, he's in the same category as Miyazaki or Katsuhiro Otomo for the drawing only. Yeah, I don't see anyone else who has that much control over his pen. I had no idea it existed, and I saw a listing by chance online of the entire series for about 80 euros under the retail price, and it's out of print too, so yeah, I fell in love with the covers, and I went and got it. After that, I went and bought a lot of manga by this author, Kazuo Kamimura. I functioned very much by author, and same as Daisuke Igarashi, when I decided I wanted Kazuo Kamimura, I went and bought quite a lot of his work. This is the first thing I bought from him, and I fell in love with the cover. Here, this one, cover for volume 1. His art is really beautiful. It's manga from the 80s, I believe, or even the 70s for some of it. Very slice of life, and always stories about women. So yeah, first thing I bought, and then I said, oh well, I'll just buy the rest of it as well. So now I have to read all of this because yeah, I haven't read any of them yet. But yeah, I've been quite busy with other things to read, and I think that's the next thing I'll be reading. So yeah, I can't wait to see how it is. Segment is about my favorite author, Taiyo Matsumoto. So this is not the first thing I bought from him this month, but yeah, it's on the top of the pile. So here is the Samurai Bamboo, or rather Takemitsu Samurai in English. I haven't read this yet, but I mean, the art is absolutely gorgeous, again by Matsumoto. Yeah, I have to get to it sometime. Very beautiful series, as you'd expect from Matsumoto. I got also Go-Go Monster. Very cool object, the book. You can see the red side of the book with the motif. I read that yesterday, it was beautiful. Very nice book. I got it in English because it's exactly the same release as the French one, but it was 50 euros cheaper, so yeah. I surrendered to English language this time. Then we have two one-shots. Frères du Japon. I don't know how it is translated in English, but yeah, this is a very old release. I had to pay quite some money for these two, and you can tell it's old because the price is not even in euros, it's in francs, so yeah. And this is Blue Spring, short stories as well. These two are short stories collections. Yeah, I got these yesterday, but I thought, hey, I'll just put them with the rest of the November stuff. And yeah, I have to read them as well. Next and last for Matsumoto is Le Lourd no Neko. Very nice edition, you can tell it's pretty big. These are already quite big. They're bigger than your standard manga, these as well. And this is even bigger. It's more like a French comic size. Like French comics usually come in that size. And very nice hardcover edition. Very well made, very thick paper, very nice inking. I like the color of the paper as well, it's not exactly white. Yeah, this is a beautiful story, and it's the first volume, so the second volume will be the last volume, so yeah, I can't wait for the end of the story, or rather the rest of the story, because it's nicer when stories like this don't end. Next thing we have is Goyo. You will probably know it by its English name, House of Five Leaves. There's an anime series, of course. Yes, I read the first two volumes, and so far it is very good. I like it a lot. It's very character driven, very peaceful, quiet read, but yeah, some drama, some character development, of course, yeah, so I have to read these as well. It's not exactly high on my priority list, but I'll get to them soon. I've been quite good with my reading recently, so I hope I can make some progress on the part of my collection I haven't read yet. Last part of this video with few volumes that don't really go together with anything. First thing we have is I'm a Hero volume 21. So this is the last volume before the last volume of the series. I really love this series, I Am a Hero. By far the best zombie story I've come across so far. Very character driven. I love the characters. And yeah, I'm excited to have the 22nd volume next year. I think the entire series together on the shelf will look absolutely great. And then we have short stories by Hiroki Endo. I really love Hiroki Endo for Eden. It's one of my very favorite series, and it's actually only the second thing I get from him. I've been eyeing these for a couple years now, so I was really happy to finally get them. Not that it was that difficult to get, but I never actually went and looked for them, you know. Next, I haven't read them yet, but yeah, I'll get to that soon. Next we have Paripoli by Usamaru Furuya. That author you will know probably from No Longer Human. I'm not sure you have a release for Paripoli in English, I think you don't, but yeah. Really nice release with the golden lettering. And this is out of print, but I got a fairly decent price for it. It's a pretty disturbing read, I won't lie. It's very, very dark humor. It got a few good laughs from me, but yeah, there were moments when it made me feel quite uneasy, let's say. But it's still a pretty cool read. I'm glad I have this. So check it out online on Scans if you're interested. Pretty cool. And finally, the last volume of this manga haul is Grim Fossil by Satoshi Kon. Short stories. This is a huge release. It feels like you're holding a 1,000-page book, but it's actually only 400 pages. The paper is very thick. It's very white. Very nice inking as well. It's very big compared to your standard manga volume, as you can see. So yeah, I haven't read this yet, but yeah, I'm impatient to read it because I really like Satoshi Kon. What I know from him, his movies and Tropic of the Sea. To finish off this video, one last look at the haul with all the manga stacked together, because I think it looks pretty cool. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you later.